Members of Nehawu at the University of Pretoria have abandoned their posts. The workers say they've been left with no choice but to withdraw their labour after wage negotiations deadlock. The workers accuse the university of being insensitive to their plight with an offer of 4% below the inflation rate. South Africa's last headline inflation stood at 5.1%.
Employer is saying to workers, we cannot give anything above 4% and we cannot accede to the demands because there are other demands that we have made, like 13 cheque, once-off bonus, notch increases or pay progression. We have also said give workers an option to cash 5 days from their leaves so that workers are relieved and they don't also forfeit their leave. So all of those have been rejected by our employer, and workers are saying University of Pretoria management is arrogant.
Some of the employees who took part in the demonstration include security personnel, administrators and cleaners. The employer says the no work, no pay principle will apply, but workers are determined to continue with the strike action.
4%. This proposed 4% doesn't sit well with us as workers because there's inflation, prices have gone up, and it has been difficult. How do they expect us to survive with a mere 4%?
We can't pay tuition fees, we can't go to work, you know what I mean? So it's pretty difficult, And I think it was very unnecessary for this movement to happen.
4%. This 4% is not acceptable because we have kids. Now we can't even afford to buy them what they want. We don't even have money to take our children to universities like UP.
The university kicked off orientation week for students this week amid uncertainties due to the strike action. The strike also affected the university's online system. The workers believe the strike is already impactful. But the institution maintains that it does not have money to meet the workers' demands and has already started to implement the austerity measures.
We've seen a significant decline in the number of, overall government funding, so the amount in the grants that we've received from government. We've seen a decline in our ability to increase tuition fees because of the capping that the minister has placed on the increases of tuition fees. And then there's the all-important student debt, the increase in student debt, which is currently at the University of Pretoria probably around more than R500 million and increasing. So that's all put a lot of pressure. And then we shouldn't forget about the load shedding, of course. Last year alone, the university spent in excess of 80 million rand on keeping our generators running. So that's a huge amount coming off our budget, and we haven't planned for that.
The institution has pleaded for an understanding from students as it works to bridge the impasse with the striking staff members. The University of Pretoria already feeling the pinch of the demonstration by workers, but maintains that there's no money to meet their demands. The workers resolute that the classes won't start in earnest next week, vowing to continue with their demonstration until they get an above-inflation wage increase. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Pretoria.